So you're in Charlotte. Not only are you telling your wife and your wife's family that you're moving to Rock Hill from Charlotte, but that you're going to invest in opening a business there. What did they tell you at the time? Because this is 1975. It's not like Rock Hill was a metropolis.
Well, they smiled a lot at me, and people learn, when I get my head strong, I'm pretty well there to go. And we thought we were covered everything financially, but Peggy brought a dowry of a small amount into our marriage, and I had to use it to pave the parking lot to even open the golf course. So we were dead broke, but we're excited about the prospects. I don't think I realized at the time Rock Hill was such a small community, and it was a mill town. I mean, it really was a mill town, and people called Lake Wiley the river. Mm-hmm. And they went out to the river a lot, even though it was a lake. And but we made it, did a lot of promotions, started meeting a lot of great people in Rock Hill. In fact, I met the kids. Mm-hmm. I knew Chip several years before I knew Hiram.
Wow.
And the same way I knew most of the teenagers before I knew the adults.
That's funny. So you got to know everyone's parents through the teenagers.
Got to know the kids first.
So for folks who may not know, where was your putt-putt?
It was where the Starbucks is at I-77 and Sonny's Road and Auto Bell Car Wash. Mm-hmm. It was right there, and it was still a 2-lane road, and we were out there next to nowhere. But you create a lot of excitement, and we had great play. We ended up in top 5 in the country of about 436-hole golf courses. So we did a lot of good promotion, interacted with schools, interacted with the community, with Burger King. We had Ronald McDonald out there and play putt-putt when David was a baby. David's a little bit older than that now, but David was a baby. You have a picture of him holding Ronald McDonald holding him. So, we did a lot of promotions out there and had a good man, Wally Blanton, who owned the Burger Kings. I had a long-term relationship with him, and he nurtured me and worked with me a lot on promoting and marketing.
Now, Chip, were you on the competitive team out there?
No, I was the goof-off team. I spent a lot of time inside playing the arcade games, too. So.
Yeah, well, before we had the arcade games, we did have junior putting. Mm-hmm. And there's 3 people. We had about 30 kids. I could name about half of them are still in town, but Councilman Jim Reno was one of our good putters.
Champion putter, huh?
CEO of our chamber, Dean Fell, and his wife, Mary. In fact, Mary and Dean met out at the Putt-Putt Golf.
Oh, that is too cool.
And, I recognized them a few weeks ago, but I still believe Mary could beat both of them in putting.
What was your favorite hole?
Probably the last hole, because you got the really power. One? The 18th where you had that ramp under. Mm-hmm. Putt-Putts were all standard pretty much around the country. And we had a certain number of holes you can choose from. Billy Packer, you remember him, promoting them in the 80s and 90s. And we did the Sunday afternoon after Fred Kirby. Y'all are still much too young. I forget that. But we had a lot of Sunday afternoon tournaments on national TV, which good prize money. And then the land got too valuable for the courses. So now you just have a very few left of putt-putt golfs. They're, trademarked, so a lot of miniature golfs around the country, but they're in mostly tourist areas, except for the one in Fort Mill.
You just said something I didn't realize. So there was national TV here in Rock Hill for putt-putt?
Well, it was usually filmed in a bigger city, Charlotte, Raleigh, or something like that. But Woody Durham, remember him? Not Woody Durham, Billy Packer, excuse me. Billy Packer did MCs on all those in the 80s and 90s, but it was a franchise out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, and thousands of dollars were given away, just like cornhole today and gaming, esports, and things like that. Putt-Putt was a very big national pastime during the 70s and 80s.